Well, hello there. It's Gloria here at Healing You Sanctuary, and I want to invite you to arrive with me by taking a slow breath in through your nose and gently out through your mouth. That always supports me. Just notice your body in this moment. Notice where you're held, where you're tired, maybe where you're hopeful. Just know you don't need to fix anything right now. Just fully arrive. I want to thank you for taking time to be with me. Today, I'm sharing some very practical details about sacred circles. And then there'll be a time to have some live Q&A. Also announcing this is the last call for this round. You're invited to join the Sacred Circle cohort. It's beginning December 8th here in the States. So if you've been on the fence or gently circling around the edges, this is for you. If you're live, I invite you to pop questions in the chat as they come up for you. And if you're watching the replay, you can email me your questions or reach out privately. There'll be information in the comments below or in the content below. But it's very important that I'm acknowledging that the doors for this cohort, they're closing shortly because we do begin December 8th. I will share exactly how to join and what happens once you do. And let's drop into our hearts together. And then I'll share why this is so sacred to me. So again, breathing deeply really supports the whole nervous system. Inhale, just softening your jaw and your shoulders, and exhaling. And imagine the ground beneath you, holding all of you. And if you'd like, I invite you to imagine that you're in a circle with other women around the world. There's someone on your left and someone on your right. And just sense that we're hand in hand, heart to heart, in a circle of pink, gentle light. And now imagine that a soft rose light, there is one in the center of our circle. It's a group heart. And from your heart out to that group heart, just sense a little beam of light. And you don't have to do anything right. You don't have to be anything different. You're simply here, loved, included, held. And this is the energy that Sacred Circles lives in. Just checking here make sure I don't miss anything here. For me, it's all about love. It's always about love. So I invite you again to notice your breathing. And then notice your fingers and your toes. I want to talk now a little bit about why this matters so deeply to me. I wrote a chapter in the book, Cracking the Rich Code. And in that, I tell the story of how I spent much of my life in silence, being responsible, being strong, and, the one who held it together while my own needs and my own voice went underground. And I share about the heartbreaking losses in my family, including my granddaughter, Sierra, who passed from cancer, and later her little brother, Isaac, who he passed by suicide. And how a long-standing family rift meant I was separated from them for many years. And there was a time when the grief felt like it might just swallow me up whole. And underneath that grief, there was a lifetime of not speaking up, of staying small, shrinking, of doing my best to keep the peace at any cost. And what has saved me again and again has been love, presence, and being held inside safe, loving circles. And horses have been a part of that healing for me. Standing with them in the pasture, feeling their enormous, grounded hearts attuned to mine. They don't care about any masks or our shoulds. They tune to what is true, and they mirror what is real. And over time, I realized I really don't want any woman to feel that they have to walk through their grief, their awakening, or their becoming alone. I don't want women to have only spaces where they must perform, fix themselves, or be positive while their hearts are just cracking wide open. I really intended to create a place where your tears are welcome, where your rage is welcome, where any confusion or numbness are welcome, and your joy and your bigness are also welcome. All of you are welcome. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I see you in the comments. My intention is to create a place where you can gently remember who you truly are, beyond any trauma, beyond any roles, and beyond the survival patterns that we've all been imprinted with. That's why I created Sacred Circles, because all healing is relational. We heal in relationship with ourselves, with others, and with life, with the divine. And in my case, profoundly with the horses and the land here at Healing You Sanctuary. Hello to New York City. You don't have to carry this by yourself anymore. You can come and sit by the fire, let love hold you while you remember your own power. And that's why for me, it's always about love. So let's be practical. What actually happens in these sacred circles? Well, we meet once a week live on Zoom. And for this cohort, we'll begin on December 8th. Our live call is at 4 p.m. Pacific, which is December 9th at 11 a.m. for those in parts of Australia. Each gathering is about 90 minutes long, and there's just a small intimate group, so it stays personal and anonymous. And a typical sacred call circle flows something like this. We arrive and we have a gentle check-in, a short guided somatic or a heart-centered meditation, tuning into the group heart and the shared field. Each week, I bring in a theme that's alive for the group, often drawing from concepts such as conscious versus unconscious creating, relationship dynamics, and functional sovereign connection, and the concept of being separate versus being one, and how our emotions actually carry energy and information flow. And included is also practical tools for nervous system regulation, self-empathy, and being in full choice. We then will have a time for a relational, group, or personal practice, a process. So there could be live support or perhaps a constellation-style exploration with a volunteer. There's gentle group reflections that really help to deepen the experiential learning. And sometimes we might move out into breakout rooms for paired sharing in a very contained way. Then we will have a reflection or a journal prompt, a simple practice to take into your week. And we close with a round of gratitude, what we're taking away from having that group heart connection. Everything is held in a trauma-informed, deeply compassionate way. You participate at the level that feels right for your body and your timing. And if you can't attend live that week, then you'll receive recordings so you can watch and reattune at your own time. And when you step into this Sacred Circles cohort, you'll receive weekly live circles with me and the group, again, starting on December the 8th. You'll have replay access that you can attend live if you can't attend live, but you'll be live when you watch it. You'll have a private online space where we stay connected between sessions to share our wins, our wobbles, and to ask for gentle witnessing. And you'll get practices and prompts that will support you as you deepen your capacity to listen to your own body and your nervous system, and to unhook from those old survival patterns as you lean into your heart's truth and desires and start creating from love instead of fear. So there's an ongoing immersion in a field of love and presence and possibility. So you're not just trying to do this all alone in your head. And most women tell me that one of the greatest gifts is simply knowing I have a place to bring all of me once a week, and I will be met with love. So Sacred Circles is for you if you are a sensitive, intuitive, heart-led woman who's tired of holding everything alone. And you've done a lot of work on yourself, but you're craving real-time support and loving community. Or maybe you're navigating grief and transition, awakening, or deep change in your life, and you want a safe place to land. Or you long for a life that feels truer, kinder, more spacious, and aligned with your own heart. And you resonate with language like conscious creator, group heart, choice, presence, and love as a real living force in your life. Well, Sacred Circles may not be for you. Probably not. If you want quick fixes or just tips and tricks or surface level positivity. If you're not open to self-responsibility or inner reflection, and you're just looking for a space to vent, but not to grow. This is a tender, powerful container for women who are ready to gently show up for themselves in a new way. So now we can move into some questions. So you can drop them in the chat if you have some. And when we are actually live and on Zoom, you can raise your hand. This is a time to get your answers. As you ask, I'll reflect back what I'm hearing. I'll normalize and empathize because you're almost never the only one asking that question. And I'll do my best to offer a clear, grounded answer and tying it back into how Sacred Circles might hold and support you. So one question is, I'm feeling called, but I'm scared I won't be able to keep up or I'll fall behind. I get that. Our nervous systems often get overwhelmed before we even begin. So let me clarify, Sacred Circles is not a course where you can fall behind. It's a living circle. You come as you are each week, and some weeks you may feel called to share a lot, and other weeks you may simply receive and rest in the field, more witnessing, resonating with others sharing. The rhythm itself is regulating, and you simply can't do this wrong. Your presence is the gift to the group. Oh, another question is, what if I can't attend all the live calls? Well, life does happen. It continues on, and that's why all of the calls are recorded. And many women find that even if they are present to the call, they find listening to the replay, maybe with a cup of tea and a journal, it allows their body to attune to the love and insights of the circle. And you can always bring whatever comes up into our private group space between the calls, which I find to be so beneficial and connecting as well. Oh, so Someone says, I'm quite private or feel introverted. Well, I have to share? Oh, thank you for being willing to name that. Your system's sense of safety matters deeply to me. So you are always at full choice in sacred circles. There will be an invitation to share, but it's never forced. It's not required. Sitting quietly and receiving is perfectly valid way to participate. And many women find, even if they do perceive themselves as, quote, introverted, that their body begins to trust the space and words begin to emerge naturally. And you get to go at your pace, not anyone else's. So another says, I feel drawn, but I'm not sure I'm far enough along to join. Well, if your heart is drawn, that's enough. No, we don't have levels here. We have human beings, each with a tender, powerful story, and each had a very unique point on their path. Sacred Circles is designed so that wherever you are, there is a seat for you. You don't have to be ready. You just need to be willing. So as we're coming to a close, I want to come back to why we're here. If you're still listening, my sense is that something that you recognize as this field. Maybe it's a whisper. Maybe it's a full body yes. Maybe it's kind of a trembling curiosity. So the invitation, as clearly as I can say it, is you are invited to join the Sacred Circles cohort beginning December 8th. If your heart's nudging you, even if your mind is spinning stories about time or money, or who am I to do this, I invite you to listen to your own deeper knowing. And even imagine yourself a few months from now participating in a weekly space where you're welcomed exactly as you are, with a circle of women who know your name, they know your story, and they recognize your heart. And with you having more capacity in your nervous system, more connection to your own physicality, and more courage to live from love. Well, if that vision brings even a tiny bit of relief or warmth to your body, then that is your guidance. So I invite you to join us. You can follow the link in the description, and you can schedule a chat with me. And once that is really connected for you and you have that full yes from your body, from your heart, then I'll send you the confirmation email with a Zoom link and everything you need to get started. And if you have questions that feel tender or more personal, please reach out to me. You can email me. I'm listening. Because what you have to say matters. So let's close with one more breath together. It always helps me to stay more present. So inhale, receiving love. Oh, and exhale, letting go of anything that's not yours to carry. And may you just silently say to yourself, I am loved. I am not alone. And I am allowed to receive support. So from my heart and from the healing herd, from this land and from the group heart that's already forming, I bless whatever choice is true for you. And if you're meant to be in this Sacred Circle cohort, I cannot wait to welcome you on December 8th. So with so much love, and I'll see you soon.